This video is different. Even better, the quantum shift we're going to talk about won't happen after you watch. You don't get the prize when you play or understand enough. The change is taking place right now, right now. The pure awareness of your consciousness touches these words right now. It's not because the words are magical. That's because focusing your attention on this very moment and one thing only is an act of creation. The most powerful thing in the world is your attention. The name for this effect in quantum physics is the observer effect. You tell the universe what to become by where you put your attention. Your attention is currently collapsing waves of infinite possibility, reorganizing your personal quantum field and setting off a chain of events that you can't undo. Do you feel it yet? That soft, quiet sense that something is different right now. In this moment, you're more aware, you feel important, and you are present. This moment is different from the rest of your day. You really do feel that way. The way you feel is your soul telling you the truth. What this information says to your quantum field is changing based on its frequency. You have to understand that what you are about to receive is not just information for your mind, but a direct flow of energy. No, it's not your thoughts that are changing your consciousness. It's a direct transfer of frequency. It's not a metaphor that this shift starts right away. It's the way quantum mechanics works, the same rules that make stars and atoms work to shape your consciousness. What you saw changes what happened. Your attention sets up energy. Your attention collapses all the possible what-ifs into a single, real-life event. That you chose to be here with this message instead of scrolling past it. That you focused your valuable attention here. That you opened your heart to receive instead of closing it in doubt. You have already begun your quantum shift. Will this happen for me? Isn't the real question. One question is, will I consciously join in with what is already happening, or will I unconsciously try to resist it? Think about how you got to this screen. As you pick up the phone today, think about the thought that sent you there. Think about the other videos you watched that led you to this one somehow. Think about that restlessness, that deep interest, or that strange, hard-to-explain pull that made you click your finger instead of scrolling. That was all planned, not a single second of it. It's possible that your higher self, or quantum field, has been planning synchronicities, or meaningful coincidences and circumstances, making sure that you would receive this transmission at the exact time that your consciousness was ready to receive it. You almost didn't watch it, right? You may have stopped moving your finger over the screen, ready to dismiss this as just another spiritual video that makes big claims. But something stopped you. You heard a whisper that said, "Wait, listen." That something wasn't something else. That feeling was your own deep knowing, your quantum awareness, that this message has the exact frequencies that will set off the shift your soul has been building toward your whole life. Before we go any further, please remember that you were led here. If you just thought of a certain person, trust that quantum signal. Send them this message right now. When you share this, you're not just sending a link. You're also building an energetic bridge and inviting another soul who is ready for this same activation. Alchemists from long ago knew this secret. It was clear to them that real change starts when your readiness meets the catalyst. It wasn't just chemicals they were talking about. They talked about a change in consciousness. The alchemical wedding and the change of lead into gold were both beautiful metaphors for what happens when the information that sets a heart on fire with its true golden nature finally comes along. You've already been ready. Every religious lesson you've looked for, every practice you've tried, every hard situation that made you weak, and every moment of confusion and searching, it was all for you. It was making you stronger. It got rid of the old, heavy beliefs. It meant adjusting your energy or frequency to the exact point where you could receive this, not just in your mind, but also in your soul. Finally, the preparations are done. It's now time to do something. Now is the start of the quantum shift. But most people don't know this secret. There's no need for you to change into someone you're not with this shift. It's not about building on top of things or getting a new spiritual identity. In this song, you finally understand what you've always been. You need to remember what a beautiful, powerful, and limitless being you were before you were taught that you were small and separate. Through the beautiful, unique point of view of you, the quantum shift is consciousness itself remembering its own power. These chances, these times when everything is just right, don't last forever. The field around you is wide open right now. Your old doubts are gone. Your level of readiness is just right. For this window to close, you must dismiss this or scroll away before you receive what your soul has brought you. Not for a long time, but you will have to wait for another perfect moment when all the stars line up just right for you. A strange thing that happens in quantum physics is known as quantum tunneling. It talks about how a particle can go straight through a solid wall, which is not possible according to normal physics. This can only happen in certain situations, at certain energy levels, when the particle's probability wave lets it be on the other side of the wall. Right now, your consciousness is at the start of a quantum tunnel. It's easier than ever to see through the wall between your present reality and the awakened, joyful, limitless reality you dream of. Your electricity level is good. The conditions are ideal. It is possible to pass. Right now, this very second, is your open door. If these words hit home for you, say this truth out loud in the comments. My awareness is my guide. Let typing be your first conscious step. This is your way of telling the quantum field that you are no longer walking by chance, but by the synchronicities of your own inner light. You've been having some things happen lately, right? Things that sound a little crazy that you haven't told anyone about. They don't sound like they fit with what people call normal reality. For the love of God, I'm here to tell you that these things are not signs that something is wrong with you. They show that the quantum shift has been happening in your energy field for a while now. The fact that they are there shows that your system is getting you ready for the full activation that is happening now. Let's give them names to let you know you're not alone. Time anomalies are the first thing you've noticed. At times, it seemed like hours had gone by in an instant. The whole day was gone before you knew it. You looked at the clock and did something you loved. On the other hand, there have been times when 1 minute seemed to last an hour, and time seemed to slow down, like you were moving through water. It's not just that you were busy or bored. This is a big change in how you see things. Some people have said things that you knew they were going to say right before they did. It wasn't just a guess. They knew for sure. You've had times when the present seemed to hold both the past and the future at the same time, and linear time seemed to melt into a single, eternal now. These aren't mind tricks. This shows proof. This is your consciousness starting to break free from the strict rules of linear time that were made by people. Time is starting to bend in ways that quantum physicists call temporal flexibility. They also talk about block time, which is the idea that the past, present, and future all exist at the same time. You're not just a train car that's stuck on one track anymore. The ability to see the big picture is developing in your consciousness. You are no longer bound by the clock because of the quantum shift. Please click the like button if you feel this strange new way about time. It's not just a click. Consider it an energetic yes, a message to your own quantum field that you are ready to master this temporal flexibility and work from the power of the eternal now. The second thing is that you've been having reality glitches, or what I call quantum reality bleeds. At these times, it felt like the real world stopped, slowed down, or even reset itself. The same person has walked by you twice in a row, going the same way each time. Someone has talked to you and then said the same thing again a few minutes later, but they don't remember saying it the first time. Sometimes déjà vu is so strong and real that you feel like you're living a moment again, not just remembering it. Reality is changing around your thoughts in ways that don't make sense that you have caught it in the act. In what you're seeing, the quantum nature of your world is becoming clear. Your consciousness is moving to a higher frequency. You can see the seams of reality from this new angle. The truth isn't solid and set in stone. It is a field with an infinite number of possibilities that are constantly collapsing into a single experience based on a master observer, or you. This was shown by the well-known double-slit experiment in quantum physics. As long as no one looks at them, particles, which are the building blocks of everything, exist as a wave of all possibilities. They collapse into a single solid particle as soon as they are seen. You don't have to be in a lab to see this. It's true for everything in your world. As your consciousness grows, you start to see how things work behind the scenes. These bugs are like seeing the individual frames of a movie that usually plays so quickly that it looks like it's solid. You're getting glimpses of how consciousness builds reality, one frame at a time. If you've felt these strange and magical changes, let us know about them in the comments below. I am seeing beyond the illusion. This should serve as a vibrational anchor, letting your consciousness know that you are safe, not crazy, and ready to see the truth. You are ready to see the quantum world behind the curtain of normal reality. Third, you've been getting information downloads out of the blue. You've had sudden, deep understandings of difficult religious or scientific ideas that you haven't studied at all. You now know things about a situation in your life that you didn't think you could know. There were no thinking involved in the solutions to problems you've been stuck on for months that just popped into your head. You've known something so well that it felt like you were remembering it instead of learning it for the first time. This is your consciousness getting information from places other than here and now. It's like the quantum shift is opening up channels in your mind that weren't there before. You don't just store information in your brain. It is in the quantum field itself and can be found everywhere. This is the 0-point field, a huge invisible ocean of information and energy that links everything. The field holds all knowledge that can exist. It is just waiting for a consciousness that is tuned to the right frequency to receive it. The downloads you're getting are proof that your quantum coherence is rising. Quantum coherence is the harmony and alignment of your energy. This is what mystics have always called revelation, or direct knowing. We can now talk about it in terms of quantum physics. It's not just thoughts that come to your mind. It is a very advanced quantum antenna. You're picking up signals from space that you couldn't hear before as your antenna gets better. Fourth, your thoughts seem to manifest faster than ever. The day you think about someone you haven't talked to in years, they text you. An important piece of information shows up by chance when you least expect it. You have a clear desire in your heart, and things magically fall into place to make it happen with almost no work on your part. You've also seen the dark side of this. Your fears and negative thoughts seem to come true just as quickly. in a way you never had to be before. This has made you very aware of the way your mind works. This speeding up is not something you're making up. It's the quantum shift that brings your consciousness closer to the source of all creation. Thoughts become more and more real as this happens. Think of consciousness as a range of levels. It takes a long time at the dense and heavy end. You may say, "I want a new job," but it could take years of hard work to get one. At the source, on the other hand, there is no lag time because it is light and subtle. Thought and creation happen at the same time. It gets faster in your life as you move toward this source frequency. Because of this, all great teachers have stressed the importance of mastering your mind. As you get better at being creative, you need to learn how to use it wisely. Having negative thoughts all the time is not a punishment. They work like a feedback loop. They are the universe lovingly showing you what you are sending out, so you can learn to choose your thoughts and feelings instead of letting them decide your life for you. Fifth, you've been having different feelings about your body. Your energy has made you feel weird things, like tingling on top of your head, pressure between your eyebrows, warmth moving up your spine, or shaking in your hands and feet for no reason. There have been times when you felt like you were looking at your body from the outside while you were still inside it. When you looked at your hand, you had the strangest thought. This is the car I'm in, but it's not me. You are becoming more aware of your consciousness as a separate being from the body it is in during these changes. This deep realization is part of the quantum shift. You are not a body that has consciousness. The consciousness that is you is in a body. This doesn't mean you don't like your body. It means you know how you really connect with it, which changes everything. Your energy body is activating these feelings in your body, like tingling, pressure, and heat. The nerves in your body are being rewired. You are getting better at handling the higher frequencies of this new awareness as you grow. These energy channels were mapped out in ancient times, but you are now directly experiencing them. To handle these new quantum possibilities, your whole body is getting better. Lastly, you've been having what can only be called bleed-throughs from other timelines. Things that never happened in real life have been memories of you. You learned skills you didn't know you had. You've had dreams that seemed more real than real life, like you were going to see different versions of yourself. Somehow you felt like you were different people at the same time, or like you lived many times of your life at the same time. This is not a dream. This is you directly experiencing the many worlds view of quantum mechanics. All the different versions of your life, or all the choices you could have made, are said to be in a state of superposition right now. There are multiple parallel quantum realities where all of them are real. The timeline you choose usually keeps your consciousness locked on it. The walls between these timelines get thinner, though, as the quantum shift happens. You can now connect to the quantum field, where all of these versions of yourself live, and data is bleeding through. It's not a fantasy to feel like you are meant for more, and that your life could be better, happier, and fuller. The frequency of your optimal timeline is being picked up by your quantum sensitivity. It's true. It's real. And the quantum shift is what lets you actually go to that time, instead of just dreaming about it. You are on the right track if you see yourself in these signs. Join this channel right now. When you do this, you make a stable quantum connection, a clear channel that keeps your energy field in tune and lets these activating frequencies keep coming in as we go deeper. Every happy and sad moment of your life has been leading up to this quantum shift. You didn't have to pass a test to be worthy. It was the beautiful, natural way that consciousness grows and changes. I need to talk to you about the tough parts. It includes the hard times, the spiritual searching, the moments of breakthrough, and the moments of complete collapse. All of it was consciousness getting to know itself, exploring itself, and growing through the beautiful path of your life. The pain you were going through was not a punishment. It was just bad luck. It didn't mean you had failed. It was consciousness being brave by choosing to feel what it was like to be limited, separate, and dense. You can't fully understand how great light is until you've felt what darkness is like. Similarly, consciousness can't fully understand how limitless it is until it knows what it's like to be limited. Your hard path was the right thing to do. It was your soul's choice to fully experience what it was like to be apart, so that the reunion, remembering who you really are, would be even more satisfying. Take a look at this. Would you still be here if your life had been easy and comfortable and everything always went your way? Would you want to find the truth? Would you be looking into what your consciousness is? Most likely not. In the normal world, you would be sound asleep and never look below the surface. Problems, heartaches, and pain you went through were the holy cracks that let the light in. The pain wasn't for nothing. It set things off. What was false was burned away by the holy fire, which also gave people a deep, strong desire to find what is real. Every time something didn't go the way your mind thought it would, it was your higher self calling you to do something else. It wasn't because the universe was punishing you every time a relationship ended, a job ended, or a plan fell through. The doors that led to shorter quantum timelines were lovingly shut. It kept you away from paths that would have kept you small, confined, and trapped. From the point of view of the person, it looked like failure and loss. But from the point of view of your quantum self, it was a smart and loving reorganization that kept you open to the path that was in line with your highest and happiest expression. You already know this is true. Now think about the things that hurt you, that bad relationship. Can you see now how it would have kept you from your true purpose? When you didn't get that job, it felt like a terrible rejection. Can you now see that it would have taken you away from your soul's calling? The world wasn't being mean. It was showing unbelievably deep love. It kept you safe from what your mind wanted so that it could give your soul what it sought. Click like if you believe this is deeply true. It's not just for the video to like this. It's a thanksgiving for your own journey. It's an energetic sign that you are integrating this knowledge and letting go of all anger toward your past, seeing it as your best teacher. And it wasn't just you who was looking for spiritual things like books, workshops, and gurus in order to get enlightened. That was consciousness thinking of itself as a seeker to remember what it is. The teachings and practices didn't change you in any way. They were just things that were used to clean the mirror so you could see the clear, brilliant reflection that had always been there. Don't you remember being angry? Why isn't this working? You felt like. Why do I still look? But that lack of completion was necessary. If any of the lessons felt like the final answer, you would have stopped before all the pieces were in place. There is a quantum shift going on right now. It's like all of those separate, scattered pieces just click together, and you see the whole picture for the first time. If you can finally see the sacred purpose of your journey, say in the comments, "My past was my preparation." This will honor your past. Making this simple statement can be a very powerful quantum alchemy move. It should let the universe know that you are turning every painful memory into the pure gold of your wisdom and readiness. Right now, you can feel something building in your energy field. You can feel it, but not name it. There's a charge, an intensity, and a sense that something big is about to happen. That feeling is exactly what it is. You are about to reach a phase transition in your quantum field. This word comes from physics. The fundamental state of matter changes, which is what this is. Think of water that has reached its boiling point. It's still water, but if you add a little more heat, it changes into steam in a very dramatic and abrupt way. You are about to boil over. You've reached that point. Your field is getting stronger with every word you read, every moment you stay present with this, and every breath you take while staying open. It's putting more and more pressure on the old, hard shell of your limited identity until it finally breaks in a beautiful way, and you enter the new, free, expanded state of your quantum self. It's no longer a slow, steady change. It's a quantum leap. Press like if you can feel that charge building in you right now. Let that simple physical action hold the energy in place. It communicates to your nervous system that you are okay with this phase transition, prepared for the leap, and willing for this birth to occur. This is real. You can feel it. You're not just anxious when you feel that way in your chest, in your solar plexus, or at the base of your skull. The way your energy body is responding to these new frequencies is seeing that. This is how your body is changing. Epigenetics is a branch of science that demonstrates how consciousness, beliefs, and emotional state can affect gene expression. It's not like you just changed your mind. By changing how you think, you are actually changing your biology. Genes that deal with stress and staying alive are being turned off. Right now, genes that deal with higher perception, intuition, and quantum coherence are being turned on. Think about how babies are born. A baby grows in the womb for 9 months, where it is safe, contained, and gets all the help it needs. At that point, the contractions start. The pressure is very strong and hard to handle. From the baby's point of view, it must feel like he or she is being crushed as the world ends. But that stress isn't breaking it down. It is this pressure that makes life possible and pushes it toward birth. Right now, you are in that birth canal. There is pressure on you, and you feel like your old life is falling apart. That is the contraction. There is pressure to give birth, not to destroy. There is no new you being born. It's the real you. It's realizing what you've always been, finally coming out of the womb of limited identity into the full, beautiful freedom of your unlimited self. But here is the one thing that will make or break this birth: that you're ready to let go of the old you. You can't finish the quantum shift as long as you are desperately holding on to who you think you are. The old self has to die in order for the shift to happen. Not a death in the body. It's the end of your connection to the small, separate, and limited story of me that has been running your life. The ego, the person you think you are, finds this scary. For that part of you, this feels like the end of everything. It is, in a way. The person you think you are, with all of their fears, history, and pride, is something you made up. And the quantum shift breaks down that structure. We feel like we're going to die here, but it is freedom for what you really are, the vast, eternal, unchanging awareness that lies behind the construct. That's the freedom from the prison of a fake name. Declare your surrender in the comments below. I am surrendering to my true self. This should be your yes to the world. Writing these words should show you are ready to let go of the old, familiar person so you can become the beautiful, limitless being you were always meant to be. It was a normal day 2 years ago, and I was driving home. That wasn't me meditating. What I was doing wasn't spiritual. My mind was on what to cook for dinner, and all of my sense of self fell apart like a glass window in an instant. There was no longer a person left. It was just being aware. It was pure, quiet, and calm to watch. It felt like I was a person, but I wasn't limited to that. Even though my hands were on the wheel, there was a new distance. I was the awareness that was looking at the hands. People were thinking about traffic, but it wasn't me who was thinking them. Like clouds moving across the sky, they had just happened. There was no one for about 10 minutes. It was only consciousness, which is aware of itself. I looked at the other drivers in their cars and knew for sure that was also me. I can't explain it, not as a nice thought, but as a fact. All of those different eyes were really just the same consciousness. The separation wasn't real at all. The old thoughts slowly came back after that. I need to get home. What just happened? Am I going crazy? It's like consciousness put on an old coat again, and the person rebuilt itself. It was never the same, though. I already knew that the person is optional because I had used them myself. It's a make-believe. What I'm really is the awareness that makes the person show up. After that, there was real fear. Who am I if I'm not that person? What is real if my whole life story is just a story? I was no longer standing on the solid ground I had been on my whole life. But in not having a place to stand, I found freedom I didn't know was possible. This event goes by many names: Kensho, Moksha, Awakening. There's a quantum shift from identifying as the person to identifying as the awareness. This information I'm giving you now is meant to help you with your shift. That's because there is such deep peace and freedom on the other side of that fear and confusion that the temporary confusion is worth it. Are you all set? You will never see yourself or the world the same way again after hearing what I have to share. This is the quantum shift's most important secret. Being awake is not what the quantum shift is. When consciousness wakes up, it's from the dream of being you. The feeling that you are a separate, unique me inside your body is your consciousness thinking that it is limited. It is a game it is playing with itself to see what it's like to be human and have limits. And the quantum shift happens when consciousness stops making things up and remembers what it is: limitless, eternal, infinite, and linked to everything. Though you are reading these words, there is no real you reading them. There is only consciousness, which is aware of words showing up inside it. The illusion is the thought that I am reading this, or that someone is understanding it. That's what it means. That's the person. That's what the quantum shift gets rid of. It's not because it kills something real, but because it makes you see that the thing was never real. You always thought it was you, but it was just a pattern of thoughts. Right now, think about what you've been through. Do not think about it. Take a look. Does a little person, a me, really sit behind your eyes and look out? Or is there only awareness, and the world's things show up in that awareness? Can you find the self that is separate from your experiences when you look for it? Or do you just have more thoughts, feelings, and sensations? Try this. Find the person who thinks your thoughts. Not the thoughts, because it's easy to find those. But you need to find the thing that is thinking. Where is it? In your mind? In your chest? What do you find when you look for it? You just find more thoughts. The thinker is just one more thought. The thought, I am thinking, makes it seem like me is thinking. But if you look closely, all you see is thinking going on by itself. All the great mystics tried to tell us this shocking and beautiful truth. You have never, ever been a person. There was only ever awareness, and the person was just a story, a set of thoughts that showed up in that awareness. Picture a movie projector. The bulb in the projector gives off pure white light. The characters, the story, and the drama are all made possible by the light that shines through the film. We forget that we're just watching light on a screen because we are so into the story. You shine. You are not that person. You're not the story. The character on the screen is the person you think of yourself as, with your name and past. It's just a look. You are the pure consciousness, the pure light that makes the whole show possible. Light recognizing itself is the quantum shift. That's when you stop identifying with the character and remember that you are the light. Now let me tell you why this is the best, most freeing news in the world. What you lose with this change wasn't real to begin with. What you get back is who you've always been. You just forgot. You stop believing that you are a small, limited, separate, and weak person. Besides that, you lose all the fear, anxiety, and pain that came with that illusion. Your true self becomes clear to you. This is the limitless, unified, and unbreakable consciousness that doesn't have any issues because it's not a thing that can be threatened. Take a look. How can you threaten people to be aware? You can make a body afraid. A bruised ego or a bad name can be hurt. But how do you hurt the space where everything seems to be? It's not possible. Being aware is the loving, quiet space that holds everything. That's what you are. Fear can't hold you back when you see yourself as the awareness instead of the person. As a person grows older, they start to fear that they will die. What is there to be afraid of, though, when you know that the person doesn't exist? It's just a story. Nobody or the story is gone because of the quantum shift. The movie keeps going. You are no longer lost in it, though. In the dream, you are awake, which is what freedom means. This is your soul, your consciousness, refusing to lie to itself anymore. When you know who you really are, pretending to be someone else causes a lot of intense, painful friction. You don't have a disorder when you feel social anxiety. It's your inner voice telling you, stop performing. Be real. You don't need to work harder to fit in. Becoming brave, beautiful, and true to yourself is the answer. The last thing you need to know is that this quantum shift is not just for you. It's for a much bigger reason. Millions of people around the world are going through the same change right now. There's no chance in this. This is a necessary part of evolution. The consciousness of people has reached a turning point, and they are now ready for the next big jump. The jump from separation to unity. The 100th monkey effect or morphic resonance is what scientists talk about. If enough members of a species learn a new behavior, it's like the whole species gets that information all at once, like it came from a shared field. You're not just freed when you have a quantum shift or awaken. It makes the whole collective field stronger. Every other person on Earth can wake up more easily because of your quantum coherence. We're not split up. We have one consciousness that shows up as billions of different forms. All the other ships at sea can see you when you wake up as one form. That's why you're being asked to do this. It's not your job to teach everyone. Your only job is to be this recognition. Your honesty is the most important thing you teach. Your peace is the most active thing you do. People are helped to remember who they are just by being around you when you live from this place of truth. Share this video if you would. Not for me, but for someone you know is ready. They are known to you, the ones who really think about things. They are the people who feel the same way you do. Send this to them. You're not just sending a video, you're also sending light. This is how the new world comes into being. We won't get rid of the old by fighting it. Instead, we'll remember who we really are and show each other the way. Make your declaration one last time. Write, "I let go of who I think I am," in the comments. This should be your yes to the world, your yes to being free. You should then click the subscribe button and the bell to confirm your choice. This is the last thing you promise to do. When you subscribe, you make sure that this connection stays stable. It anchors you to this frequency so that you don't drift back. That means you're ready for the next transmission, which will teach you how to live in this new, awakened world. The quantum shift is not going to happen. It's right here. You didn't have that happen to you. That's what you are. Thanks for coming home.